Well, hello, boys and girls. I was at Chinky's House of Yoga and Pilates last night where we had their 50th anniversary. It was quite the frolic, let me tell you. Heine's body lube and just regular body sweat flying everywhere. We had a guy come in and I don't know, an instructor, I suppose, and we did a form of dance for hours on end, and just jumping up and down and enjoying ourselves immensely. That's the reason why I'm talking to you now out of my room, because I am sore. I'm very sore. It was very enjoyable though. To our picks, I had two wrong yesterday out of six, and honestly, the ones I had wrong. Let me look it up here. Why not? Do a little bit of work. Keeping it very quiet because everybody's all sleeping and not. And oh yeah, I took the Flames over the Sharks, and that's pretty much their season right there. I thought the Flames. It looks like Smith is not doing well since he came back from injury, and that pretty much does them in. The other one I got wrong was, oh, I took the Avalanche over the Predators on the road. That was a tough one. I didn't really like that pick, anyways, but I did get the Senators over the Stars correct, and Capitals over the Islanders. So let's look at our games for today, shall we? Saturday. Blackhawks and Sabres. The Sabres are so injured right now. I think they're just resting people and pretty much cashing it in, doing the old tank sort of thing for the rest of the season, making sure that everybody gets as much time to get themselves healthy for next year as possible. The Hawks don't seem to be doing that quite so much, and I appreciate that. They are that's an organization that's not going to make people think they ever cash it in, and I like that idea. I think the Hawks will probably win this fortitude. The Oilers and the Panthers. There's a possibility. This is a good one to throw out there for the Oilers because it's on the road, and the road team has a little more of an advantage on afternoon games. But the Panthers are like really dialed in right now. I picked them to make the playoffs after the second half, and they are likely going to do so. I think Luongo will be in net here as well, so I'm taking the Panthers, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it'll be like 4-3 or something like that. The Devils versus the Kings. I'm very surprised that the Kings aren't playing better than they are. I wouldn't bet on this game. It's on the road. Afternoon game. Devils get a huge advantage in that sense, in this case, because the Kings have been playing so poorly. I think it's possible the Devils pull this out. I'm going to say something like 3-2. And it's looking like the Kings might not make the playoffs. So that's a little bit of a surprise after picking up Phaneuf and doing some of the things that they did. And getting Quick back. The Canadiens versus the Leafs. McElhinney in net, who has played very, very well. I think the Canadiens are playing their backup. Why do I forget his name at the moment? He's very good, actually, and I can't remember his name. But I still think the Maple Leafs just have too much on the line right now. They're going to be playing hard, especially with Babcock as their coach. I'm going to take the Leafs. I'm going to say 5-2. Bruins versus the Lightning. This would normally be difficult, but it looks like the Bruins are actually healing up a lot of their players for the playoffs. I think it's going to be a very emotional affair because they know that this is a very good chance this could be your Western final. However, that being said, you have to keep on checking the ticker on who's going to be in because they have a lot of day-to-day guys, the Bruins do. The Lightning are resting a couple people too, but I still think the Lightning pull this out. I'm going to say 4-2. They are playing both of their number ones for this, though. Flyers versus the Hurricanes. I'm going to, this is a tough one as well because the Flyers are playing Lions. Their goaltending is just so poor. You just cannot, I don't really like to bet on the Flyers right now because of their goaltending situation. They could outscore the opposition. The Hurricanes could easily win this game. I mean, this is really a coin toss. I'm going to take. I think the Flyers just have more to play for right now. I think the Hurricanes know they're out. I think the Flyers 3-2, but I would really stay far away from this game. Senators versus the Blue Jackets. The Senators are playing a back-to-back here. I think Condon will be in net. Tortorella will always get the best of his team coming down to the crunch. I sometimes think that Tortorella tries to make it so his team just barely makes the playoffs. So I swear to God, I think it's going to be the Jackets and probably like 4-3, something like that. The Rangers versus the Blues. The Blues are the most dejected team. Like, they really did not handle that trading of Stastny well. And you know what? There's no reason for it. They have guys in that room that can fill that role fairly well. If they look at it logically, the organization was just trying to get something for a guy they were going to lose. They felt that you should feel as a teammate, like Shen, for instance, or a leader there, that the people that are going to be replacing them, you should give them the confidence. By Shen saying what he did, he basically told anybody that's filling that role, you're not good enough. It was not a good move. Shen made a very poor decision there. And there's been talk about Shen's attitude for a long time and possibly the reason why he left Philly. So that being said, the Rangers are very injured. I'm going to take the Blues at home here because they have more to play for, but I'm not sure. Another one I'd stay away from, 3-2. Wild versus the Coyotes. The Wild just won last night. They have tons to play for. They got to win this game. They got to win this game. I'm going to take the Wild. I'm going to say 4-2. Sharks played last night. Doesn't matter. They have Dell in net. They're playing extremely well. Here's an organization that decided I'm going to give these guys a boost and brought in Kane, and it's worked extremely well for them. They've always had a good attitude in that room. Most of the reason why they don't have a cup is simply because of luck. It's not because they weren't good enough to be there. I think the Sharks will win this and probably 5-2. The Canucks are just testing out their young players right now. It's not that they're not trying hard. They just don't have the talent to win too many NHL games right now. And that is my full 42%, boys and girls. That's all I have to give. Get yourself well looped for tonight's proceedings, boys and girls. It is the finest day in the land, is it not? Yes, it is. I'm going to be for sure watching, and until then, I'll meditate on my picks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.